Hi, my name is Phil Copeland and I am CEO of Avoka Technologies. This presentation provides an introduction to an exciting new emerging market that we refer to as Transaction Experience Management. In order to talk about Transaction Experience Management, the first thing we need to do is talk about the problem that it's addressing and solving. Let's start with the problem. As you know, the internet has fundamentally changed everything about our lives, the way we learn about products, make decisions, and even the way we participate in transactions. There are over 12 billion mobile devices in the world today, which is expected to double by 2015 and double again in 2020. Clearly, this is creating challenges and opportunities for organizations. The simplicity, ease of use, and convenience of tablet devices is setting new expectations amongst consumers that doing business with any organization should be as easy and convenient as buying a pair of running shoes from Amazon. This change in expectation, combined with the rapid and widespread adoption of Apple's iPad and other smart devices, is becoming disruptive to enterprises and governments, forcing them to revise how they transact with their customers. Our customers are typically large enterprise organizations or government, most of whom don't sell retail products, or if they do, it's only a small part of their business. They perform what we call high-stakes transactions that include things like, in financial services, onboarding new customers, applying for a loan, signing up for a new investment product. In education, enrolling in a university or college course, where typically you need to fill in several application forms, as well as supplying supporting documents, make a payment, and provide some sort of signature. In insurance, filling out a claim. If you have experienced a disaster in your life, such as a fire, flood, or tornado, it's likely the only device you're going to be able to use to access that information and apply for that is your smartphone. In government, requesting a benefit, applying for a government service. This chart shows household expenditure in North America and breaks that down into retail and non-retail expenditure. What's interesting in this chart is that the retail market represents only 21% of household expenditure, with non-retail transactions representing 79% of the total expenditure. If you sell retail products, you can use an e-commerce product to transact with your customers. That shopping cart model is designed to perform those retail transactions quickly and conveniently. If, however, you don't sell retail products, which is the majority of expenditure, you are faced with a problem that's typically been solved by teams of programmers either building custom applications or customers having to resort to use paper or over-the-counter or call center solutions to transact with the customers. Transaction Experience Management targets this non-retail expenditure. In the United Kingdom, the Cabinet Office has recently published a new website called Transaction Explorer, focused on the transaction volume for government agencies. For the site's data, the UK Cabinet Office surveyed all major government departments and agencies to determine the annual volume of transactions by department. The study shows that there are over 2 billion transactions that occur annually between these departments and UK citizens. In some cases, Transaction Explorer has published the cost of executing each transaction, with costs ranging from a few pounds to hundreds of pounds per transaction. While some government agencies have moved their higher volume transactions online, a significant majority of these transactions still occur on paper or manually over the counter. One group, for example, has 20 of their most important transaction forms online, but you have over 1,200 yet to be automated. The main barrier has been the high cost of hand-coding these transactions using traditional application development tools. In Australia, the Commonwealth Bank has recently revealed a study that shows that after 6 p.m. in the evening, tablet devices are the dominant way for customers to interact with the bank's website. Historically, many large organizations in financial services and government have created PDF versions of their application forms that customers can download, print out, and fill in. This has now become a significant problem, however, as that's very difficult to do from most of these tablet devices and has resulted in a very poor customer experience. Leading information technology research and analyst Gartner recently published their 2012 Gartner CIO Survey conducted with 2,000 or over 2,000 CIOs. In that survey, Gartner identified the top two business priorities as A, increasing enterprise growth, and B, attracting and retaining new customers. For many years, large organizations have focused on improving back-office systems and processes. The Gartner CIO survey shows that the attention has turned to the front office and specifically focused on activities that improve sales growth and attract and retain new customers. To quote Dave Aaron, Gartner Vice President and Fellow, the Gartner CIO survey results show that CIOs believe that the customer experience is the greatest opportunity for IT-enabled innovation. As business executives see the potential of technology to transform customer channels and the customer experience, their view of technology has leapfrogged conventional ideas of IT. So, in summary, the growth in mobile and e-commerce is driving consumers towards a new age of convenience. Customers now expect that researching and purchasing products should be as easy and convenient as buying a book from Amazon. In order to achieve real growth and profits and meet customer expectations for ease of use and convenience, organizations and governments must now focus on not just what they have to offer, but how they offer it, and aspire to providing a multi-channel experience spanning both mobile and desktop devices. So what's the holdup? Why isn't everything digital? But organizations do not have the ability to move quickly and cost-effectively to create, deploy, and manage these online transactions for non-retail products and services, because typically it's required custom application development, which has been expensive, technically difficult, and takes way too long. We focus on the critical point of impact, where individuals engage with organizations to conduct business transactions or accomplish important tasks. The reason most business transactions have not been automated is because they are more complex, longer, and more detailed than simple retail transactions. Some of the main characteristics needed to support high-stakes transactions include mobile and desktop support. Customers expect to transact on any device at any time, day or night. Supporting a broad range of devices is critical to increasing sales and customer satisfaction. Signatures. A variety of online signature capabilities are required to enable customers to sign application forms. More sophisticated transactions might require several participants to collaboratively sign several documents as part of the completion process. Payments. Many digital transactions require payment processing to be incorporated into the overall transaction, supporting credit cards, direct transfers, and other means of online payments. Save and resume. If customers are completing a lengthy application form such as a mortgage application, it's important to be able to allow them to take their time to complete the application. The ability to save and resume is a key requirement. Scalability and performance. Large organizations require systems that can scale to handle very large transaction volumes. This is particularly true in government, where specific events such as a tax filing date or general election can trigger very large transaction volumes. The underlying systems must be both performant and have the ability to scale to handle very large volumes. Detailed analytics. Being able to determine where and why customers abandon transactions online is essential for improving sales conversion rates and achieving organizations' goals of increasing sales. Let me introduce you to Avoka Transact, a sophisticated enterprise-class transaction experience management platform. It supports two important business solutions. The first is digital front office that empowers business teams to create, deploy, and manage custom data capture applications that enable their customers to transact online. The mobile sales and service solution enables organizations to create, deploy, and manage custom mobile data capture applications for use by field staff on a variety of devices. So in summary, transaction experience management enables organizations to manage and optimize high-stakes transactions with their customers, partners, and employees. Let's take a quick look at an example of a typical transaction experience. In this case, it's an application for a birth certificate, something that any new parent would regard as an important transaction. In this case, it's replacing an old 8-page paper form and an over-the-counter visit to the registry office. It involves collection of data, graphical selection of the illustrated birth certificate, proof of identity, payment, and signatures. The first step is the creation of the application form, which can run on both mobile devices and desktop computers. Once the form has been created, the customer's transaction experience flow needs to be configured. With Avoka Transact, these steps can be configured and adjusted in just a few minutes of deploying the application form. No custom programming is required, and the solution can be published and ready to accept transactions immediately. Let's now spend some time looking over the Avoka Transact platform and the modules of software that are used to build and deploy one of these transactions. So it starts off with the Avoka Transact Composer software or module, which is used by transaction designers, which are typically non-programmers, that are used to design and create these applications. Composer is specifically designed for building more sophisticated kinds of applications, those that involve several pages of data, perhaps, and is very sophisticated in its nature. It's specifically designed to be used in large organizations. It can make use of things like style sheets so that we can enforce a corporate standard from a design or look and feel perspective. Also incorporate data dictionary capabilities so that reusable components or elements can be used across several different types of transactions. Once the transaction's been created and designed, it's published to a piece of software that we call Transaction Manager. And Transaction Manager is really a key to the both publishing the application and integrating that with either websites, self-service portals, content management solutions, and provides lots of different ways that transaction can be integrated or offered to your customers. Transaction Manager is not just responsible for publishing and pushing that application, making that available online, but it's also responsible for coordinating or orchestrating the incoming transaction data as well. So when the submission is made, it handles or accepts the incoming data, coordinates to see if that signatures are required, supporting documents such as proof of identity is required, and also coordinates any payments that may need to be made as well as signatures. Once it's received and verified all of that information, Transaction Manager then delivers all the collected information through to an appropriate back-end workflow or perhaps existing systems such as Microsoft SharePoint or an enterprise system such as SAP. Lots and lots of different endpoints can be configured for every individual transaction that is hosted or managed by the system. So there is it also can operate in a cloud or shared service model so that different departments or groups within a large organization or perhaps within a government can share a common customer experience platform, yet have the data delivered to individual departments or agencies. Now, because all this information is flowing through Transaction Manager, it provides a wealth of information for management teams as well, such as abandonment information so that transactions or the customer experience can be optimized to improve conversion rates across those transactions. So the Transaction Manager really becomes the central hub of the entire transaction experience. On the front end side of things, as I mentioned before, there's lots of different ways to expose these transactions to either existing websites, customer self-service portals. For mobile sales and service staff, we also provide a native mobile application that can run on iOS, Android, or Windows devices that is a container application that enables your staff to take these data collection applications out in the field and in fact work offline. So auditors or inspectors, sales staff can actually interact with their customers in the field, disconnected from your own website, to be able to collect this information and make full use of the device, such as camera, GPS, to collect that data out in the field. And then when they come back online, this application, the Mobile Field Worker app, will then synchronize the data that's been collected and push that back into Transaction Manager so that it can be delivered to the appropriate back-end web service. Many of us have seen the evolution of web content management systems over the years. And the purpose of a web content management system is to enable staff within a large organization, non-technical staff, to be able to create, author marketing collateral information or marketing material that's published to your website, typically static HTML content. Well, Transaction Manager's very similar to a content management system, except the content that it's managing is not HTML web pages, it's actually business applications, and it's designed to manage hundreds, if not thousands, of those business applications and provide that interface to enable your staff in your organization to be agile, to be able to create, manage, and deploy those applications just as easily as they can create, manage, and deploy website content through a web content management system. As outlined in the Gartner CIO Survey, increasing enterprise growth and attracting and retaining more customers while reducing operating costs matters a great deal to every organization. The rapid adoption of mobile devices has changed how organizations need to engage with their customers. Customers want and expect immediate satisfaction and convenience. For organizations worldwide, transaction experience management can make an immediate positive influence on their business. Transaction experience managers makes a difference because, firstly, it can deliver results in weeks. Secondly, it provides an improved transaction experience for your customers. Transactions can be designed once and used across both desktop and mobile devices. And finally, it provides a comprehensive enterprise-grade system.